Good afternoon. I hope you are having a fabulous day. It is 12:30. I'm Julie Broughton. This is Take 6. We're so happy you're spending a little bit of time with us today. Now, if you've been outside today, you know it is another not very fall-like day, feeling very steamy out there, but we do have some nice changes on the way in the weather. We will talk more about those fall-like temperatures headed our way. Also, News 6 digital meteorologist David Nazario will join us in a few minutes, and he will talk about an area of interest we've been watching in the tropics and what that could potentially mean for our forecast as we head into next week. But first, today is a big day here at News 6. It is our WKMG Hits the Road Day. That is when we take all of our newscasts live to a community in Central Florida and we tell the stories that you want us to tell. So today we are hitting the road to Pine Hills. News 6 anchor Lisa Bell is here before she heads out to our Hit the Road location. And Lisa, this is a special one for you because we will be at the Boys and Girls Club and you have a special connection and are sharing more about that with us today.
Yes, I am so excited for not only everyone here at News 6 to go and check out the Boys and Girls Club in Pine Hills, but really all of Central Florida. So we are going to be broadcasting live from the Walt Disney World Boys and Girls Club. It's actually been at that location since 1960 and underwent a major renovation back in 2008. And every single day it serves some 200 kids in our community. And these kids, I mean, they go to school right around there. They're within walking distance to so many schools. And so it's a great resource right in the heart of Pine Hills. And I'm just excited that we're going to showcase everything the Boys and Girls Club does in our community. This is one of just many locations across Central Florida where the Boys and Girls Club is operating. And I had the chance to take a little tour with the CEO of Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Florida, Jamie Merrill, to give all of our viewers at home a behind the scenes look at what the Boys and Girls Club does, what a club looks like on the inside. And I think we have that story ready to go. I want to play that for you, Julie, because you have not been there before either.
Nope.
And so this will give you an idea of what it actually offers to kids in our community.
All right. I was robbed.
From shooting hoops in the gym
Oh!
to playing in one of the game rooms.
This is by far the most coveted game in every single one of our clubhouses.
There's something for everyone
You won! Congratulations!
at the Boys and Girls Club.
So in this club specifically, we have two different art rooms, one on the youth side as well as on the teen side. There's a statistic and a metric that says that 74% of individuals from low-income areas are more likely to plan for college and their future if art is infused into their day.
Wow. And that's so key because sometimes art is the first thing to go
Absolutely.
in schools.
And
or,
it does.
Yeah.
It often gets cut. And so in here, you're going to see more of the fine arts. You'll see things like wood burning, drawing, painting.
I have to say, I have an 8 and a 10-year-old. They need to step it up. Their art does not look like this.
Look at this one.
It's incredible.
Right?
And now for the dance studio.
The dance studio. Come on in. Yes. So we have an actual legitimate dance program and dance studio.
From art to dance, some 20 trained instructors plus volunteers help out here daily.
So from ballet to hip hop to jazz, they're able to express themselves. Welcome to the world-renowned robotics lab.
Wow. This is impressive.
Understand that creativity at times can get a little messy.
Of course. And it's creating that direct line where they see what I'm doing today can actually turn into a career.
That's the best part
Yeah.
about it, is seeing the spark of when they realize I love this and I'm good at it, and it wasn't something that I even thought of before. That is opening the opportunity and bridging the gap, closing that gap of the kids that we serve and showing them the world that's actually accessible to them.
Yeah.
So they start from the ground up, really helping our kids to understand where they need to go and why it's important and what they can do in life. And so it's exciting for them.
And what this is.
And I don't know what that is, but they do.
The club also featuring a computer lab that helps with schoolwork, photography, even designing billboards that are now up around Central Florida.
In 2008, we added a significant addition. So it was not, back in 1960, what you see here today. It was a small building. It didn't have a gym like this. In 2008, we went through a major renovation. This building is 25,000 square feet.
For me, this is one of the first things I ever did in a Boys and Girls Club was sign up to play basketball.
Yeah.
So that's where all these skills are coming from.
Yes.
Oh, terrible.
You know what's really great? is it brings together every age group, and it brings together the kids, so everybody's equal in the clubs. Everybody has an opportunity to have everything accessible to them, and they just love to have a little fun.
Nice, nice.
There you go.
So that was the CEO, Jamie Merrill, giving us a tour of the Walt Disney World Boys and Girls Club. She made that basket in heels, by the way, which was quite impressive. But as I said earlier, every day some 200 kids are able to go there after school. They have reading coaches, math tutors. It's a positive, safe place for kids to go. It is free. They can go there after school and then all summer long. They also have a commercial kitchen there, a garden outside, which you know I absolutely love. That robotics lab, it is a award-winning, world-renowned robotics lab. Disney actually gave the organization $500,000 about 2 years ago to install that robotics lab, and then they have trained professionals who come in and work with kids and teach them how to do it. And hopefully, I'm hoping tonight you will be able to see their mascot, which is a Rockstar Robotic, and it's about 3.5 feet tall. It moves. Its arms move. I think it can even like throw a ball that they designed and developed right there at that location.
Lisa, I love that tour and getting to see the artwork so beautiful, the robotics lab, all of it. I also enjoyed seeing 1993, Lisa. I mean, I've seen some of those pictures before, but you have said many times that you would not likely have the life that you are living right now if it weren't for the Boys and Girls Club that you went to as a kid.
I give it 100% credit for the life that I have today. I tell people this all the time. I grew up in a Boys and Girls Club. I was speaking at a fundraising event when I had just graduated high school about my experiences with the Boys and Girls Club, which because of the Boys and Girls Club, I was able to get a scholarship to go to college. And I was speaking about all of that when I was approached by the news director for the CBS affiliate in Lewiston, Idaho, KLEW-TV, who offered me my first job in journalism to become the weathercaster at the station there. At the time, I was a finance major at the University of Idaho. And so I said the first things that popped into my mind, which I tell kids all the time, do not say this if someone offers you a job. But I said, I don't know anything about the weather. And she said, that's okay. And so I was soon hired on at the station, changed my major to journalism, and the rest, as they say, is history. And as you know, Julie, it was a year later when I then met my future husband at that very station. So I really do credit the Boys and Girls Club with the path that I'm on.
And we're so happy because, you know, the Boys and Girls Club, inadvertently brought us together, Lisa.
Exactly.
17 years now of this beautiful friendship. So, I owe the Boys and Girls Club my life too.
Yes, yes. And every day, thousands of kids in our community go there. And I talk about this all the time, just the ripple effect that having an organization like that in our community can have, because that is hundreds, if not thousands of parents who now can go to work, and be at work and not have to worry about what their kids are doing. It's free. And as you know, Julie, as a mom, I certainly know childcare is so expensive. Finding safe, quality childcare can be a challenge for a lot of people. And the fact that these clubs are in neighborhoods where kids can walk to, because transportation in and of itself, you and I are always trying to figure out how we're going to get our kids from here to there and, everything they need to do. So they're really meeting a huge need.
And you mentioned the tutors. Tutoring is so expensive. And just having your kids go to a safe place where people who know what they're doing can help your kids do homework while you're at work. So you don't have to get home from work, do dinner, do all of the homework. I mean, it's just such an invaluable resource. And I can't wait to see more later today.
And by the way, they have all the metrics. Don't quote me, but I know all of the kids who go to the Boys and Girls Club, their reading scores are above like the state and national level. And they track all of that. And then every single high school senior for the past 5 years who have been members at a Boys and Girls Club in Central Florida has graduated high school. And then the club helps them figure out what they want to do next, whether that's college, whether that's tech school, start their own business. They help set them up for that as well. Wow. So I love it. Can't wait to show you more today.
We'll
excited. Be out there all day.
Yes. So you are leaving here and you're heading out there right now. So we've got the info on the screen, the Walt Disney World Boys and Girls Club. Our shows are live there from 4 to 7. So folks can come out, meet the anchors, meet the reporters, meet the investigators, and have a good time. Get some swag too. I'm sure swag will be there.
All right. Hopefully the weather will cooperate, Julie.
I think it will, a little on the steamy side. Ginger was texting us asking if the set was inside because it is going to be hot. So do prepare for that. But
We
you
will
should
be inside.
Okay, well
Yeah.
then you'll be in
Yeah.
good shape. But for folks coming out to visit, it will be hot, but I think we'll be mostly dry. So we should be in good shape. Lisa, I know you've got to go and head out there because you have a cut in on TV at 2. So we will see you on TV later today.
Sounds good. Have fun.
And Lisa mentioned the forecast. We will have a check of your forecast coming up in just a few minutes. And also, News 6 digital meteorologist David Nazario will join us to talk more about that area of interest we've been watching in the Western Caribbean and the potential impact it could have on our forecast as we head into next week. Stay with us. We will be back in 2 minutes.
Good morning, folks. I'm News 6 meteorologist.
It is 12:43. Welcome back to Take 6. I'm Julie Broughton. We'll have a check of your local forecast for you coming up in just a moment, including the cooler weather that is headed our way as we head toward the rest of the week. But first, News 6 meteorologist David Nazario does a tropical update for us, and he's talking about that area of interest we've been watching in the Western Caribbean for the last several days. It looks like we are going to see a pretty decent chance this could develop. David ran out to a teach-in, to spread his love of science to the kids, so he couldn't be here with us, but he recorded this for us just a little bit earlier.
Good morning, folks. I'm News 6 meteorologist David Nazario back with, unfortunately, another tropical update despite being mid of the way through the month of November. We're all into the holiday season, but we are still dabbling with the hurricane season. Thank you so much for joining us today for our Take 6 segment here at News 6 WKMG. I had some key takeaways I wanted to relay to you, wonderful audience, before we get too much further into tracking that potential disturbance down there in the Caribbean. So what we know so far currently, we have an 80% shot that something will develop per the National Hurricane Center. This will likely go up over the next day or two. As you can see here, all of our models do agree that a tropical cyclone is likely to form. Yesterday, during our live tropical update segment, I had an area of low pressure in that first box. Today, all the models unanimously agree an actual tropical cyclone, a named storm, will likely form somewhere in the southwestern Caribbean and go dangerously close to Central America, Nicaragua, and Honduras, which is, we'll get to that here in a second, one of the potential fail modes as to how this can turn out to be nothing dangerous at all whatsoever. From there, you can see the general thinking is a quick bump to the east. Now, that is likely associated with the cool front that's going to be passing through our viewing area over the next couple of days as that area of low pressure, the cooler temperatures come across the southeast United States and into the Gulf of Mexico, as well as our east coast, the southwest Atlantic. That'll actually influence the Caribbean to allow that system to more or less meander and marinate down there in the Caribbean. It could bully it into Central America and cause havoc for that feature as it tries to develop, but a lot of our model guidance suggests it'll tug it away from land and give it a chance to take on named storm status, the next name on the list being Sarah. And then finally, I want to emphasize this as well. We'll go back to full screen. The potential fail modes are still in play. So right now, I can confidently say a lot of our model guidance at this point does suggest we here in Central Florida need to pay close attention to this feature as we go over the next 5 to 7 days. But pending the strength of the high pressure that will be driving it back towards the west, as it starts to develop, it could bully it into Central America, into the Yucatan Peninsula, where it will have absolutely no opportunity to further intensify or lift to the north. And if it does, it'd be a sloppy rainmaker, no harm nor foul there. Another fail mode that's proposed by our European model guidance would suggest it gets too strong too quick and gets nudged into Cuba. Now, Cuba just dealt with Rafael. So understandably so, they do not need another major hurricane. But at this point, with something forming in the Caribbean, somebody has to receive the system. And in this case, if it were to landfall into Cuba, it will remain weak, it'll stay weak, and it'll stay off to our south, posing no threat to land for us here in Florida or the rest of the United States. I hope this helped to alleviate a little bit of the tension that may be circulating on social media. We are keeping a very close eye on it here at the Pinpoint Weather Team at News 6, and I just want you all to be very mindful that it is still hurricane season. There is something brewing down there in the Caribbean, and some model guidance suggests it's something we should keep a close eye on as we go through the rest of the week. Good morning.
Breakdown of the area of interest in the tropics. And as he mentioned, we've been watching this. We will continue to watch it. And the National Hurricane Center has bumped up its chance for development over the next 7 days to 80%. So you see the area highlighted in red. So that is where we're talking about more conducive conditions as that disturbed weather you see affecting areas like Hispaniola, moving over toward Jamaica. That is where we're seeing more conducive conditions for that to become likely a tropical depression, and likely by the end of the week. It wouldn't surprise me even later today if the National Hurricane Center were to officially classify this as an invest. Still too early to tell exactly where this would go. If it were to affect us, it would not be until the middle of next week. What we're talking about today, warm temperatures out there right now. It is 84 in Orlando, 84 in Ocala, 83 in Melbourne, and 81 in Daytona Beach. But this is how it feels. Okay, the Villages, I think their reporting station not quite accurate right now. It feels like 88 in Orlando, feels like 86 in Sanford, and feeling like 88 as well in Cocoa Beach and in Melbourne. Here's a look at our radar sweeping out for you, not finding a whole lot to track. We may see a few isolated showers, but that's really about it today. Here's a look at our clouds and rain forecast as we roll you through the day today. Again, one front coming through today. As we take you into Wednesday, we should keep it mostly dry and quiet, and then our next front heads our way Thursday into Friday. So notice this will come through late in the day Thursday, dropping to our south by Friday, and that's when we'll really begin to see that cooler, drier air moving in. So next 7 days showing highs today in the mid-80s. Tomorrow a little bit cooler thanks to that front coming through today. 82 tomorrow, 83 on Thursday, and then Friday 78, 76 on Saturday, and looking good for Sunday as well. Our forecast as we go into the middle of next week, highly dependent upon what happens with that area of interest we're watching in the Caribbean. Of course, we will continue to keep you updated on air and online. We will talk more about this coming up for you on News 6 starting at 4. Also, remember WKMG hits the road today, so all of our shows will be live from the Walt Disney World Boys and Girls Club in Pine Hills. If you'd like to stop by, we would love to see you out there. There's the address on your screen, 5211 Hernandez Drive in Orlando. Again, all the shows out there from 4 to 7. Thank you so much for stopping by Take 6. If you have any comments or questions for us, head to clickorlando.com/take6. Let us know what's on your mind. We're so happy you spent some time with us today, and I will see you on TV starting at 4.